the grace of God. That grace has a limiting day. It has an expiring date. So you wonder why many people were grace of God, suddenly they fell away. Check again, their eyes were closed. Because when God supplied grace unto you, it's for you to remain to labor. So the seeing eye and the hearing ears, God make them available to you so that you can be able to hear and see what God is doing. In your life, in your business, in your ministry, in your family, there are things that God is doing. Are you seeing them? But if you are careless not to see what God is doing, I can assure you there are things that the devil is doing himself. Are you even seeing them? Because until you can see what the enemy is doing, you cannot change what the enemy is doing. If you cannot see what God is doing, you can't align to what God is doing. So a blind man spiritually is a man disadvantaged at all sides. Because a man that cannot see, at least you hear. But a man that cannot hear and cannot see is doomed. And the Bible speaks about the integrity of a just man. And until a man has integrity in the spirit, sustaining the ability to see and to hear, to guide men aright, he cannot have children to whom he can raise. All of us are product of men and women that hear and see in the spirit. All of us, we are product of men and women of integrity in the spirit. That we are people that which we follow and have a track record of their consistency in their walking with God. This is not 5 years, this is not 10 years matter. These men have labored for decades. And you just enter into Christianity and you felt that you are Alpha or Omega. You felt you are the beginning and the end. And yet again the devil is laughing and wondering, who is this uncircumcised Philistine? He's about to go down. Because the last time we check in the realm of the spirit, iota of stature you don't have. So you must be able to understand that the communication of God in keeping to your life, if you don't pay attention to them, in keeping to dreams and to vision and to revelation, you are about to perish. Because God gave them to you so that you can ensure that your life is governed. Because when a man begins to walk in evil, check again, he's not hearing right, he's not seeing right. And anytime you are not hearing right, you are not seeing right, you begin to walk in evil. And there is something about that. The Bible said the king sits in the throne, and part of his jurisdiction in operation is to ensure that he scatters all evil. So you wonder why God is against you. God is against you because you have isolated yourself and aligned yourself with an evil ecosystem. And because you are aligned to an evil ecosystem, God himself will sit upon the throne of judgment and judge your evil. Because he has given you eyes to see righteousness. He has given you ears to hear righteousness. You refuse to hear righteousness. You refuse to see righteousness. As a result of that, you align with evil. And by default, you are judged. You can be in heaven and yet again iniquity can be found in you. You can be in the presence of God and evil can be conspired. I have taught you here about the Memshach anointing. That Lucifer was in the garden of God. There was no better place for Lucifer to be than to be in the place he was. And yet again, in that place, he conceived evil. He was impregnated with evil. What happened? How did that intercourse happen? How comes he was in the garden of God and yet again he was fellowshipping with a strange being? How come Satan entered into him? Because he was a light bearer from the beginning. So it was possible that a man can be in a region where he was supposed to dream, he was supposed to see vision, he was supposed to have a revelation, and yet again conspire against the throne of God. How all of a sudden every other angel, what are the jurisdictional responsibility of cherubims? The Bible said they cast their crown. Every elder cast their crown. For cherubims, the Bible said they bow. At every point in time they appear in the presence of God. That privilege is not for them to think of what to do. The Bible said they bow and they cry, holy, holy. So if everybody was doing a function in keeping to their assignment, this young man was there and iniquity was conspired. It means that he was distracted. One way or the other, he was not seeing what others are seeing and he was not hearing what others are hearing. One of the greatest attacks of the kingdom of the devil is to ensure that your dreams are shut off or you don't understand them, and is to make sure that revelation does not enter you. Because if God appear to you and speak to you, you can't refuse. I'm telling you, if God continue to warn you through a dream, continue to talk to you through a revelation, you cannot continue to resist. But because the devil is wise, he will interfere to ensure that that communication is not successful. And so long as that communication is not successful, you will disobey God by default. A generation is emerging. They are not seeing, they are not hearing. They are running by emotions. They are not seeing, they are not hearing. Yet again, they think they are taking over. That is why revival rise and fall, rise and fall. When men think they have navigated, they have understand the pathway, suddenly the devil shut it. The Bible says, when you reach a crossroad, ask. It means that the Bible acknowledges that in this journey, A time will come when it look as if the road is blocked. So you are demanded to eyes again. So if the road is blocked, it means that a time come your eyes can no longer see and your ears can no longer hear. See, let me tell you, at every point in time, you will value the utilization of the eyes that can see and the ear that can hear. If not, you will find yourself walking in iniquity, and you will not even know why you are walking in evil, and God will begin to judge you. Check. Everything in your life begin to fail the day you begin to do some evil things. Why are they failing? God is the one against you. It's not devil. It has nothing to do with devil. The Bible says the Lord sits upon the throne of righteousness, so he judge evil. You cannot be asking God for mercy and you sustain evil in your heart. There is no place within the ecosystem of God of righteousness for anyone that carry evil. So the only way is, God, help me and purge it out. And that's why he gave you an eyes to see. He gave you an ear to hear. I have always said, I don't hear God, no problem. But do you know you can always commit God so that he can talk to you? I assure you, this night, go back. Tell God as we are praying, Father, if you want me to dash one of my clothes tomorrow, show me in the dream who to give my clothes to. It will shock you, you that have never dreamed before. You will see 5 people that you should give your shoe, give your clothes. God will begin to talk, because now you are left evil of the intention of your heart. You are aligning to God's purpose. Oh God of heaven, as I'm going to sleep tonight, tell me 10 people that will give them 1,000. You will become a dreamer. See, the thing is that the reason why God is not talking to you is because he has checked your heart. Even if he talk, you won't hear. You will obey. Because the way you are, like, you are a very selfish person. You are looking for ways to disobey God, so he can't even commit these resources to you. Because dream is part of the ecosystem of God's communication and his channel and modus of entering into the heart of man. And God will not always cast his pears upon swine. When God knows that your heart is already preconceived, why didn't God try to change Lucifer? He has gone too far to come back. That is how there are people that God can give up. I say this one is given to his reprobate mind. Peradventure, one day if you turn your heart, we'll see accept you. But I can assure you, there's a heart posture you must sustain for God to talk to you. You that want to travel home, you are wishing that you should not see any dream of accident on the road. You don't even want to hear anything say no travel. How can God talk? Because already in your mind, you have already predetermined what you want. You are applying for admission. You have already applied scholarship in UK. You have applied Oxford. You have applied Cambridge. You are not thinking of Unilag. You are not thinking of Lafia. And it's out of the benevolence and the mercy of God that you wake up full Lafia, but I didn't apply. Yes, an angel have mercy and beckon upon. Because at the tail end, if you check your heart, you will discover that your intention to hear God is not true. No, it's true. Because if you are selfless in your thinking, if you are selfless in what you are doing, I can assure you God can talk to you today. And even if you feel that there are no better ways for you to hear God, I present to you dreams and revelation. Very easy. Because anybody can have a dream. Anybody. Because you are not in control of it. In fact, most times dreams happen when you are sleeping. It's not something that happens only at night. It can happen in the daytime, it can happen at night. But most time when you are asleep. So what happens when you are asleep? It means, truly speaking, you may not have much control of it, except as we advance, you are going to see different kinds of dreams. But I'm trying to let you understand that even if your energy level is too weak, you can't hear an audible voice, you cannot perceive a vision, you can perceive a dream, and that dream can come to you at night. Most times when you are dead sleep. Whether in the day or whether in the night. But your heart posture must be sincere towards perceiving and hearing God. You must be very, very genuine and tender in your heart, looking for a way how to live right, how to walk with God. In that sincerity and simplicity, you will see God breathe upon you gently. For many of us, we have our own way.